Sorry about the short wait. Sorry about the and Crispy Luke. Hi, welcome there. Sorry about this unannounced test here. Right now, I'm just setting up the few bits here to be sure that I get my screening correct. I'm gonna see if I can get it right here. Ancient Drew is sort of like a interactive special game company that's been going on for a quite long while. It's not created by Big Fish, but distributed by Big Fish. I'm glad you asked. Okay, we're getting there. Hang on, I'm almost ready with this. I just gotta be sure that it's just big enough. So I have to be sure that the frame fits the entire game, that way we can actually start. I had no idea that it was going to be just this small of a frame. Alright, now, let's see if it works now. Sorry about the small wait here. Let's just see if it works and then we'll be able to begin. Okay, we're close. We're close. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna do something a little bit creative and then we'll actually begin for real. I'm just gonna move the chat box over to the right side, that way I'll be able to. Ah, okay. Alright then. So I think we're good. So, for those of you who are new to the stream, welcome. This is Nate Drew, who secreted Scarlet Hand. My name is Co-Master Gaming if you don't know me on YouTube. This will be the very first Nate Drew game I will play ever in the series. I'm so sorry for the crazy misinterpretation and for the unknown circumstances that you kind of experienced earlier, but I wanted to assure you that everything will be resolved very carefully, and hopefully we'll be on a roll here. Okay, so if you don't know what Nate Drew is a game series that's made by Her Interactive. They have actually a pretty good voice actress, which I humbly respect. The legendary person who voices Nate Drew. I chosen this game for a reason because I've heard that a lot of people love Amazing Drew here. So I'm gonna probably do this game today. Unfortunately, I won't be on here for very long because I got a few attendances, so let's get to it.
Welcome to my latest case, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial.
I'm actually going to do Junior Detective, even though that this might seem a bit interesting. I have actually did something like this before, and I think I might be able to get my hand around it, so I'm going to go with Junior Detective.
Dear Dad, greetings from the new Deputy Curator at Beech Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi. So I got the internship. Your old friend Franklin Rose was awfully nice to submit my name to the rest of the members of the museum's board of directors. What an opportunity while I'm in between cases. As you probably know, the museum specializes in ancient Maya culture. My supervisor is going to be Joanna Riggs, a well-known archaeologist. Maybe you've seen her name in the news recently, in conjunction with the discovery of a strange Maya monolith. Apparently, it's created quite a buzz among experts in the field. Well, Beech Hill plans to feature the monolith in an upcoming exhibition. Just imagine, this artifact has been buried for hundreds of years, and now it's going to be unveiled to the public for the first time. The museum is short-staffed at the moment, and they're expecting such a huge turnout that they've closed their doors to prepare. I can hardly wait to dig into this exciting project and learn how archaeologists and historians solve the mysteries of ancient cultures. I'll keep you posted. Love, Nancy.
Nancy Drew, I presume. I'm Joanna Riggs. Welcome to Beech Hill. I was just checking the lock on this display case. This is one of the museum's most treasured pieces, a carving of King Pakal.
Who is King Pakal?
Pakal assumed the throne at age 12. Can you imagine? That was 615 A.D. He ruled for 68 years at the height of the Maya civilization.
Is that jade?
Yes, the Maya loved jade and used it for many of their carvings. There isn't another piece like this in the world, and it's priceless, which means I practically had to sell my own grandmother to get it.
How did the museum acquire it?
Leave it to Taylor Sinclair. He's a wizard when it comes to these deals. You'll meet him later. Now then, Nancy, you're coming on board at a critical time for Beech Hill. An exhibit of this caliber is not kid stuff. Franklin Rose assures me you're a real trooper, and I hope he's right because I'm not here to babysit. I don't care who your father is.
Okay, so this will be the dialogue. Anything that the characters say in this area, they will be speaking out here, and this is my inventory box. These will be my dialogue parts. That way I'll be able to click on whoever's speaking, whatever choice I'll tell to speak.
I'm glad to be here. Please, tell me more about the exhibit.
In addition to our permanent collection, we're borrowing rare pieces from museums and private collectors around the world. Soon we'll be sitting on the most fabulous collection of Maya artifacts ever assembled in one place. And now that we've scored the monolith, too, Beech Hill sera numero uno.
Was the monolith excavated in Mexico?
Yes, a hot young team of archaeologists, Americans and Mexicans both, dug it out of a cave near Palenque. Every curator from here to Siberia was trying to get a hold of it, but I'm the one who closed the deal.
Why do you mention the nationalities of the archaeologists?
Because in archaeology, everyone wants to be king of the sandbox. I became a curator because I want to help make artifacts available to as many people as possible. That's all that matters, isn't it? Unless you're Alejandro Del Rio.
Who's Alejandro Del Rio?
Ugh, wouldn't you rather hear about the monolith? It's a massive pillar of stone, nearly 1,500 years old with Maya glyphs carved into it. We've installed it in the garden. Wait until you see it.
Could you explain what a glyph is?
A glyph, as in hieroglyphic, is a picture that represents a word or an idea. Henrik is the human encyclopedia on the subject.
How many glyphs are there in all?
Henrik can help you with that.
Who's Henrik?
Henrik Vanderheun, world-renowned expert in Maya hieroglyphics. He's the latest addition to the Beech Hill Brain Trust. I told him I don't even want to see his pointy Vander head till he's got a translation on that monolith.
Do you think the glyphs hold an important message?
I really don't know. The Maya were at their peak during Pakal's reign. After he died, things began to go downhill. The civilization never regained the oomph it had under its most extraordinary king.
Do you think the glyphs were intended to be a message to future generations of Maya?
If the message on that monolith is from King Pakal himself, it might give us a clue. Credit for a discovery like that can only spell one thing, my dear. Revenue. Anyway, there's a list of tasks for you in the lab. Once you've knocked those off, we'll regroup.
Shouldn't I have more training?
Don't worry, you'll be in the swing of things soon enough. Go ahead and take a look around the museum. I'm sure you'll find the monolith, muy interesante. Or just roll up your sleeves and hit the lab.
Any last advice before I get down to business?
Semper ubi sub ubi.
Okay, so as I scroll around the room like this, with this symbol right here, it means I can shift my weight or camera anywhere. Whenever I see this red magnifying glass right here, it means I can zoom in onto any picture. The Great Plaza of Tikal, Guatemala. Quite ancient ruins here. This is Secret of the Scarlet Hand, which is game number 6 of Nancy Drew. Whenever I see an arrow like this, I can shift to that position. But first, I'm going to explore every aspect of the room. Alright, nice statue. Wish I could check out more of that. Not that desk. I could probably ask Joanna for a bit more advice, but we can actually walk around the museum just to be sure that we find our way around. So Joanna Riggs is the curator. This seems to be the main entrance here. Bench is here. Major contributors to the Beech Hill Museum. So if you're not sure what a museum is a place where they keep all precious artifacts intact.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. How cultured.
Now, to be honest with you, for some of these games, I'm going to probably not talk at all, because I actually let the characters do most of the talking. So to be sure that I'll be able to be more clear for anyone who's watching, okay? So I'm going to be silent.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's one of the museum's donors. The knob is missing. It's locked.
You must be Nancy, the new deputy curator. I'm Henrik Vanderheun.
Pleased to meet you. What are you working on?
Just some light housekeeping.
Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh, these dusty old artifacts are murder on my allergies. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I'm curious about your work. How do you go about translating a glyph anyway?
It can be a complicated process, involving research, piecing lots of different elements together, and a healthy dose of guesswork.
So there isn't a definitive dictionary of Maya glyphs where you can look things up?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, glyphs are so intricate and full of subtleties that multiple meanings may be embedded in a single glyph. So 3 distinct-looking glyphs may all translate to mean sunshine, roughly, but with different nuances. There is so much we still don't know. Lucky for me, I guess, or I'd be out of a job.
Joanna turned me loose without too many instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often. I'm very busy with my work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
It looks like some pieces are missing. It's locked. It's locked. I need to find another piece. I should put in my temple key card. It's locked. It's locked. Looks like this side is missing a part.
Nancy Drew, or should I say, Detective Drew. I'm Sinclair.
Who told you I was a detective?
I was at a meeting with the BOD recently, and I caught wind of your appointment and your credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
The BOD?
That would be the board of directors, those cranky old cats. They do keep the ducks squared away around here, I'll give them that. So, how's this for a specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
Do diamonds count?
Ouch. Well, they did say you were sharp. Seriously, though, thank goodness you're here. I'm afraid the museum may be in terrible jeopardy.
What kind of jeopardy?
Joanna told me to butt out, but I'm so fond of Beech Hill, I just hate to see it fall prey to scoundrels.
What scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
You've got me worried. Can't we talk now?
Just meet me later. 707 Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go. Enjoy your first day at Beech Hill!
There, now I can start putting this together. That's done.